a reason to do it this way, especially when those who claim to be the arbiters of high morals, those who claim to take the moral high ground when it comes to politics of Trump and MAGA people, when they get themselves shot on the foot, you cannot but help them to create their own grievance. You remember when James Comey was describing how he went over to the White House to rope in Trump followers into a web of Russia unending investigations, an investigation that could culminated into arrest and imprisonment of Trump's major campaign manager, Paul Manafort, arrest of so many people that are connected to Trump. Peter Strzok, all of these people did all of this because they believe that nothing can happen to them. And that's what I talk about when I talk about the arrogance of the left. They hardly believe that anything can happen to them because they get away with a lot of things. But there is a lot you can get away with, and there is a lot you cannot get away with. Suddenly, if you keep on shooting randomly, you suddenly shoot yourself. And this time around, it seems James Comey has shot himself on the foot. And if you believe with me, you bear with me, you know that if this has been done by a Republican, it will be all hell let loose by the Democrat government. You know what I mean. What is trending heavily on X now? James Comey suggesting assassination of Trump. 8647. 86 is usually a symbol of removing something, eliminating something. And you know who 47 is. Now, he could have meant a lot of things, but he specifically said he knew it was a political statement, but he doesn't know what it meant. He knew it was a political. What would it have meant? Or probably it means a good fortune coming on the way of 47, right? The same person who destroyed the possibility of Trump having a good first tenure when he was prepared to hit the road and start running. The same person that put a clog on his wheel and made sure that the entire majority of his first 2 years were diffused into nonsense. Suddenly he will be wishing him good. Everyone knows he made his intentions so clear that it's impossible not to know that he meant eliminate 47. Unfortunately for him, even though he claimed that he just came across it, how perfectly, how convenient those stones arrange themselves in such shells. They perfectly arrange themselves. And he came across them. And the first thing that came to his mind was to take a picture of them and put them in his Instagram like a little 16-year-old girl. But actions have meaning, especially when they're performed by those who are supposed to know. I believe that as a former FBI director, this has been something like this may have formed probable cause for him to arrest somebody, one way or the other. And I wish, honestly, I wish that he test of what he had been doing, a test of cornering people, especially people who did nothing to him, people like Roger Stone, who did nothing to him. Bad apples They know how to pretend like they're very wonderful people of integrity. A whole James Comey. He said, well, yeah, well, if it were a reasonable presidency, you couldn't have done that. But someone like Trump, who is so disorganized, we just simply send someone across. And it was so simple to him that he roped the president of the United States into such a conglomerate of indirect assault. But the way it is, what goes around comes around. He's getting the bite of his own cake. And I wish it tastes good for him. The same way he made it difficult for Trump and the MAGA people to have a good life in the first tenure. For something that lasted for 2 hours, old women were arrested in the name of riots that went out of hand, or protests that went out of hand. They claimed that they were involved in insurrection. Insurrection, that the only person who died was a beautiful woman who came to even make peace, as a matter of fact. Ashley Babbitt, that's the only one that died in the insurrection. And they made sure that they saw her. Now he got himself in this mess. You accidentally bumped into superbly organized shells, water shells. I hope you get a real bite of what you have been giving to people. So for you know that in this life, whatever you hold captive, we hold you captive. And that's the way it is. Whatever you hold captive, we hold you captive. The measure you give will definitely be the measure you will get. You can escape justice for a very long time. But just for one day, the hand of justice will catch up with you. Look at P. Diddy. Did he ever believe that he will be in this legal fire? I don't think he believed that. With his freak out and the caliber of people who come for the freak out, he subjects any person he wants to whatever he wants. Is it the type of thing somebody was doing to his girlfriend? Getting other men to pee into his girlfriend's mouth. What kind of animal does that? And unfortunately, the people in power know that P. Diddy has been doing this for a very long time. They look the other way. They look the other way. And it's not only P. Diddy. There are many others. And if you doubt me, just looking, you will see that his list will be as long as Epstein's list. And that is why I'm scared he will walk free. He will walk free. Because he has everything on tape. He has all his clients on tape. So the problem is, who will bring justice to the people who were against their will dragged to those freakouts? The Democrats generally have a way of escaping justice because the Republicans are like maimed animals. They have no balls to take action when they should take action. They are not ruthless at all. The only time they have put up a show is during the time of Trump. And nobody knows how long it will last. So, go to X. Go read it up yourself. Comey got himself in hot water by suggesting elimination of 47. 86-47. He claimed that it was, he came across it and he knew it was a political statement. And does it mean, Trump get the glory of God, making him wealthier? No, it's not. He knows that it meant elimination. 86 is a figurative way of eliminate something. And then he added 47, eliminate Trump. Imagine if this was written by Don Jr. All hell will lose. The media will put a bullhorn that will from California to to Hawaii to make sure that everyone had it. Because they are good in piloting the affairs of the Democrat. Or imagine if it's any other Republican that suggested the death of Biden, who already was more or less a living there. You will see the FBI bang down your house to capture you like you threw a nuclear bomb in Washington. But practically, none of them was talking about this like it meant something after Trump has undergone several assassination attempts. Unfortunately for these people, sometimes you can get away with a lot of things, but at one time you will not get away with one thing, and I think Comey will not get away with this. He made a joke how he roped Trump into a series of events that destroyed his first term almost. And if it were a reasonable administration, we wouldn't have just gone over there. There would be series of meetings to go. But someone like Trump, we just sent some people over. And he was happy about it. Now he got himself shot on the foot. That is the way it's supposed to be. What goes around comes around. And in my own conclusion, so if you are watching this either by mistake or by design, try not to hold anything captive as a person, because whatever you hold captive will hold you captive. Whatever happens in the spiritual, in the physical, is controlled in the spiritual. You may believe it, you may not believe it, but that's the way it is. Now it's Comey's time. Probably he will face justice, or at least he will face investigation, or at least a visit from the FBI. The same FBI he was leading will pay him a visit, and he will understand that no one is above the law. Good night, my friends.